Hi, I'm Jacob, and I want to yap about a setting in media that I really like and think is getting a little lost in the sauce lately. And I'm gonna relate it to TTRPGs so that maybe you'd get something out of it, I don't know. Whether I like it or not, I am witness to so much discourse over the fantasy genre between authors and game masters and audiences, and it's probably because I engage with it. Ha! You think Tolkien cared about escapism? Well, haven't you heard his opinion on Santa Claus and the war? But I want to break it down. Let me break it down for you, Mark, on my own thoughts and opinions about this genre. Yeah, why not? Who wants to hear from Jacob? Look, I'm not a smart fella. XP to Level 3 is first and foremost a comedy channel. I'm not trying to be prolific. I just want to talk about something I like a lot. I rewrote this video like 4 times. I am a fart smeller, but you know what I feel confident about? Something that I can prolifically say is a good thing that I personally really like is Factor, the sponsor of this video. Factor ships high-quality, chef-prepared meals directly to your door. I've had my own Factor subscription for like a while now. Just roll back the videos and find out when I first started using Factor. That was the first time and I was like, this is good. They have a wide variety of meals that are absolutely delicious and they're never frozen. If you're somebody who's trying to meal prep or you just don't really have the time to be cooking constantly and you don't want to be ordering out all the time, Factor is a really great solution. And I think one of the best things about Factor is the sheer variety in what you're gonna get. They have chicken meals, steak, they even got some surf and turf, but they also have vegetarian, vegan, calorie smart, or meal plans depending on the type of diet that you're on. They also do breakfasts, protein shakes. They also have cold pressed juices, which are probably my favorite. Me and my family love them. In fact, this entire video is fueled by a single Factor meal that I ate before filming. Head to factor75.com and use my code 50fireball to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's factor75.com, 50fireball, and get 50% off that first box. All right. In this video, I want to talk about escapism with relatable issues, tropes, TTRPGs, that's tabletop role-playing games, world building, and why do I love when guy with sword go into tavern? Literally me! No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Let's not even pretend. Let's try that again. Literally me! But basically, I'm just want to show you some tropes and how I like to cook them up and how I like them served. That's it. That's the video. Wow, what a great page. Basically, the Dark Lord, thought defeated millennia past, has returned to his dark tower in the Dark Land, gathering around him dark forces. The free lands have only one hope, a small band of lost heirs, princes, and simple village folk gathered together by a mysterious wandering gray-bearded wizard. They will have to brave a long quest for the MacGuffin through strange, dangerous lands inhabited by monsters and peculiar, hostile peoples in order to save the world. Oh, my f***ing spine. Okay. This genre sure is plentiful. There's good stuff, bad stuff, whatever. I don't care. Shut up. The purpose of this video is to find some stuff out of all these things that I really like, and there's connections between all of them. There's tropes that we as humans use to tell stories, and sometimes when somebody takes the exact same thing and does it a little bit differently, I'm like, ooh, I like that. I like that. Yes, I'm going to talk about the importance of why these things matter and why what their purpose is within fiction and how they relate to the human soul. I'm going to get to that. Just don't worry. Fantasy to me is not just an aesthetic. Fantasy is, it's an escapist sort of mirror to our own reality. There are politics in fantasy, and that's important. But also the other part I like is the aesthetic part. I think it's good. There's a good balance of both, and I don't know what that is. I just really want to do it, okay? Okay, cool, all right. Artifacts of Doom! This is the magic MacGuffin that is very evil and corrupts all those who use it. But when you use it, you're a super powerful guy. I love this trope because it creates real, tangible conflict. Oh, I can hold it, and I can look, and I can peer into it, and I can hear the and it's relatable. If I had the ability to solve all of my problems with a little doohickey, I probably would have a hard time not doing that. I think in TTRPGs, we often see magic items as just like, hey, that's a cool thing, that's a buff to my character, woo! But man, I love incorporating this trope into everything I make ever. A cursed item that has so much power, but there are consequences to using it. And then destroying it or letting it go becomes a lesson to the person who attached themselves to it. It's a mirror to addiction or toxic relationships. The fact that you have to look inside yourself in order to be able to remove your attachment to this thing is really powerful storytelling. I'm not advocating that people use it more, and I'm also not advocating that anybody should use it less. If you also like that, hell yeah. Functional magic. This is magic that is predictable and understandable, or it's chaotic, and that's how it's understood, and it's still understandable in some manner. My favorite sub-tropes of this are rule magic and alchemy, where the magic has a set of logic to it, and is almost treated more like a science rather than some sort of unknowable thing. We've all learned a skill before. We all know what it's like to encounter somebody who's maybe a little bit better or smarter or has a specific niche in that skill. It's really human to be curious and to thirst to understand, which doesn't mean my ideal thought of magic is something that's unraveled and everybody knows how it works. The thing is, I love mystery. I love when a guy used the magic a little bit different than the other guy used magic, and everybody's like, whoa, how does that guy do that? That's weird. And then one character's like, I'm going to try to understand it. But then they find out and it's like this crazy thing that they specifically did in order to create this type of magic. And oh my God. But when it's tangible and it has rules, it makes the mystery so much more interesting because you or even characters within the story are like, I have to figure out how that works. Or they're like, oh, this magic that I thought I understood really well doesn't work the exact way that I thought it did. That's real. That's how I feel all the time, every day. Skylar's editing this video now, and he knows, I thought I knew how to edit really well. I was like, yeah, I got this down. I know how to do this. I've been doing this for years. And then Skylar was like, nope, here's like 3 tricks that make your job 100 times easier. And I was like, awesome. So when that happened in the fantasy, I go, relatable, widowy me. That would widowy be me, going, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I know magic. Oh, that guy knows it better. Fwick. I think it's why out of all of the spellcasters, like Warlock and Wizard are my favorite, because their magic feels so tangible. There's a realistic physical source where they get their magic. Warlocks make a bargain with somebody who's really powerful and knows the magic. I like that Wizards and Maguses and Pathfinder can literally use their knowledge and their experience to add more into their repertoire. I don't know how else to explain it other than it makes me, the player, feel like the magic is like I can touch it. On the other hand, I don't really like when magic is kind of like random or superstitious. Like some people are born with it and some aren't. Or magic is through a bloodline. Ugh, gross. Or the magic does exist, but it's so incredibly difficult to master, or it's so lost to time that anybody who does use it, people are like, ugh, witchcraft. Witcher and Castlevania are both good examples of times where I do like when magic does that, because the magic in both of those medias are still sort of like a science. But instead, the fear of the magic doesn't come from the fact that they don't see it a lot. It's the fact that they don't understand it. Magic is very prevalent in both of those settings, but because there's god dang peasants everywhere, they just don't understand it and they fear it, which mirrors our own history. That's very human, and it sucks. And I like that it sucks, and the characters feel like it sucks, because I think it sucks. I want to be able to go pew, 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 pew. It's still annoying to me to have cool magic in your setting, but everybody hates it, which is why I think I prefer when the majority of the people in your setting are just like okay with magic. Like, it's a part of the world, which is why Witcher and Castlevania kind of get a pass, because they both mimic the real world. Castlevania is historical fiction, and Witcher's world is almost basically historical fiction, and the magic showed up there, so all right, I guess that's cool. Conjunction of spheres and all that. Okay, we're gonna move on. I spent too much time on this. Cool sword! I don't have anything meaningful to say about this. My neurons just activate when there's a cool sword. Sometimes you just gotta have something in your story that makes you go, yeah, that's awesome. It's purely for aesthetic. There's nothing to back it up in a cool literary way. It mirrors history because people like a cool sword. And so when we see a cool sword, we go, dude, that's awesome. Sometimes it's linked to a prophecy. Sometimes it's an ancient heirloom. And sometimes it pronounces you the king. I don't care. I'm sorry about it. I don't care about that. A cool sword. It doesn't have to have anything like that. It just has to be a cool sword. Okay, I guess my favorite version of this is when the sword also grows with the person who wields it. And it changes with them or even breaks. Or they throw it away. I have no enemies. It is a representation of them in physical form, whether they use it or not. But when somebody bonds to a cool sword and it represents them as a person, they pick it up and they start swinging. Oh my God! Okay, we could definitely be here all day, but I don't want to subject Skylar to editing for 3 weeks straight. So we're going to wrap this up with The Quest! The defining high fantasy storyline. The quest means business. Blah, 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 blah. When a group of fellas have to go from there to there, I like that. Something about the whimsical aspect of pure adventure is so beautiful in my mind. Everybody knows that, but nobody truly understands it. But I should say my favorite version of this trope is when the characters are like, oh no, I'm on an adventure. Bonus points if they didn't realize they were on a fun adventure until the adventure was over. That makes me a little sad. I love when a group of characters go into a strange and mysterious place that none of them have ever seen before, and they don't know what's going on, and there's some crazy mystery. They meet some new people, and they have their problems, and they get swept up into it because they kind of want to be heroes, and oh no, all these problems are getting in the way of our own problems. Whoa! The version of this I don't really like is, man, I really want to go on an adventure. Oh, good, the story gave me an adventure. See the line where the sky meets the sea? It calls me. Do not let my 2-year-old daughter see this. She will be very upset that I am dissing Moana a little bit. I like it way more when nobody even wants to go on the adventure at all. They hate going outside. I didn't want to do that. Oh no, now we're helping people and it's making me confront my own past and my regrets about being a person. Is this going to change me? All these people that I'm surrounded by, I'm facing challenges with them and growing closer. Oh no, I'm bonding. And they don't even like each other at all. They're just like, you're stupid, I hate you, but we have to go down to this dumbass dungeon because his sister got eaten by a dragon. Or two of them like fall in love a little bit and they're like maybe complete strangers. They don't know anything about each other. They're just like learning as they go. Oh my God. I love that so much. It's kind of why I like the Hobbit movies a little bit. They're not great, but I've had fun because I like it when guys go from here to here and they don't want to go on adventure, but then they learn to be buddies through the adventure. I just don't like Gandalf keeps leaving. Come back, bro. Stop doing that. And at the start of the adventure, they're like, I'm not going to do that, idiot. And at the end of the adventure, they're like, oh no, I feel a deep sense of emptiness and it's because all my friends are gone. I love it so much. I love when a character loves their friends. Relatable. Okay, Jacob, what was the point of all this? I don't know. I'm a comedy channel. Why are you asking me that? I just like this stuff and wanted to show it to you. If it made you think or inspired you to do something, anything from write something similar to this or write an angry comment under this video, or it entertained you while you ate your lunch, then great. Let me know if you guys even enjoy this at all. I hope you do. I want to do more of this. I think I try too hard to make videos that have like a singular point, like I have to be prolific. I have to make this statement. Shut up. No, I don't have to do that. I like that. But I guess if you wanted a point to all of this, all of these tropes, I guess, are the reason why I think Eberron is the best TTRPG setting. Okay, bye.